Okay, good morning, students. Welcome to the financial management class. Since this is the first class, let us know the objectives of the course and what are the curriculum aspects which we are going to learn in this subject. Okay, so the objective of this subject or course is to expose the students to the various issues, concepts, and in-depth study of financial management to take the management decisions effectively. This is the objective of this financial management course. So it is to expose the students to various issues, concepts, and in-depth study of financial management to take the management decisions effectively. That means in future, suppose if you become the financial manager, then you should have a background of the knowledge of financial management. So for that purpose, you should you should have learned the financial management subject. So that knowledge will help you when you are becoming the financial manager of any organization. Okay. So now, if you see the syllabus I have already shared to you in the WhatsApp group. There are 4 units in the financial management subject, the course. The first unit deals with the financial management, overall financial management aspect. So in the first unit, we are going to learn about the meaning, scope, objectives, finance functions of financial management, role of financial manager, time value of money, investment decision, nature, scope, significance of capital budgeting process, capital budgeting techniques, traditional and modern techniques. Okay. These are the different topics will be covered in the first unit. Okay. Next, in the second unit, we learn about the working capital management. So in this second unit, we are going to study what is the concept of working capital, need for working capital, what is the operating cycle, kinds and determinants of working capital, approaches for the study of working capital, management of current assets, cash management, receivables management, inventory management. So, in the second chapter, it includes theory and problems. This is a subject which covers both the theory and the problems. In each unit, you will have theory as well as problems. Okay, first we will learn the theory, and next we will take up the various problems, important problems related to that particular chapter. So that is the second unit. Next, in the third unit, we are going to learn about the financing decision. How the financing decisions are made in the business organizations. What is capital structure? What is the concepts? What are the determinants of capital structure? What do you mean by leverage? Operating leverage, financial leverage, and the combined leverage? What is the cost of capital? What are the various concepts of cost of capital? The specific cost of capital for various sources of finance, overall cost of capital. that is KO. So these are the various topics we will learn in the unit third. So this in the third unit also you will have both theory and problems. Next, unit 4. So the unit 4 is dividend decisions. Dividend decision, that is the title of the unit 4. Under this unit, you will learn concept of dividend. What do you mean by dividend? What are the various forms of dividends? What are the factors of dividend decisions? What are the different dividend theories? Walter model, Gordon model, NM approach, okay, corporate restructuring, corporate mergers and acquisitions and takeovers, types of mergers, different approaches for valuation. So these are the different topics we study in unit 4. So in the unit 4 also you will have both theory and problem. So for in each and every unit you will have both theory as well as problems. So in the examination you may be asked theory or problem. One theory, one problem may be given, or sometimes both problems may be given from each unit, and sometimes both uh, two questions may be given as a theoretical concepts. So the model question paper is the same as we have written in the first semester. In the first semester, already you have written the examination. So in the same pattern, you will have the model question paper. Okay, so this is all about the syllabus of this financial management course. Okay, this is a third paper in the second semester. With the course code is 203. 203 is the financial management. Okay, I have already shared you the different subjects on Sunday itself. You will have total six papers in the second semester. Okay, so out of these 6 papers, 5 papers are commerce papers. First paper human resource management, second paper marketing management, third paper financial management, fourth paper research methodology for business, fifth paper e-commerce computer paper. Next, sixth paper is CBCS paper, that is English grammar. In the morning itself, sir might have taken the class. Dr. Yoganjanelu sir is a senior most lecturer of our college. He will take the English class. So the other subjects, like the names of the lecturers of other subjects also I have shared to you. So please kindly attend classes regularly and try to cooperate with each and every faculty in completing the syllabus and completing the formalities. And one more request is you for first semester you have one practical exam is pending, that is computer practicals. So for that we have not yet received a date. Suppose if we receive any date regarding the computer practicals, we will intimate through WhatsApp message and be prepared for that computer practicals. Okay, as and when we receive the information, we share to you the date and the timing. Okay, I think you might all of you have completed your record work. Okay, so this is all about the uh, course structure and the syllabus of financial management. So now let us start the class.
మేము లాస్ట్ చేసుకోలేదు సార్.
So business, Emma,
మేము ల్యాబ్ చేసుకోలేదు సార్
hello,
ప్రాక్టికల్కి.
మీకు సార్ చెప్తారులేమ్మా. So the business concern needs finance to meet their requirements in the economic world. Any kind of business activity depends on the finance. Hence, it is called as lifeblood of business organization. Whether the business concerns are big or small, they need finance to fulfill their business activities. In modern world, all the activities are concerned with the economic activities and very particular to earning profit through venture, any venture or activities. The entire business activities are directly related with profit making. Now, nowadays the business. So in any business, the important function relating to the successful running of any business is finance. Unless the business organization is successful financially, it cannot continue its operation. That's why the finance function is treated as a lifeblood of any business organization. The lifeblood of any business organization. Because unless you are successful financially, all other remaining functions, all other remaining functions will become uh, waste or will become uh, needless. Unless the business organization succeeds financially, no business will continue. If you do not earn a profit, sufficient profit, you know, business means it's a profit. Basic purpose of any business is profit. We have learned in the first semester also. So unless the company or the business firm earn a reasonable rate of profit, it cannot continue its economic activities. Therefore, finance finance has become a lifeblood today. So according to the economic concept of factors of production, rent given to the landlord, wage given to labor, interest given to capital, and the profit given to shareholders or proprietors. A business concern needs finance to meet all the requirements. Hence, the finance may be called as capital, investment, fund, etc. But each term is having different meanings and unique characters. So increasing the profit is the main aim of any kind of economic activity. Okay. So the economic factors of production, what are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, uh, technology, entrepreneurship. These are the various important factors of production. So all these factors are important. All these factors of production are important. All these factors of production expects or need the remuneration or need the return. Unless you give return or financial benefit to each and every factors of production, they are not made available to the business. That means each and every factors of production is cost oriented. No factors of production is free. For example, land. So can you get land at free of cost? No, you cannot get land at free of cost. Either you have to buy the land or you have to take the land at rent. Next, labor. Labor human resources. So, does the human resources work for free in the organization? No, they expect wages and salaries, satisfactory wages and salaries. Unless you pay reasonable salaries or wages to the human resources or labor or employees of the organization, you cannot hire them. You cannot get things done from them. Next, in the same manner, capital. Can you get a free capital? No, you cannot get free capital from anybody. Capital expects interest. Suppose if you pay interest at certain percentage, then you can borrow capital. And in the same manner, the proprietors or shareholders or the entrepreneurship. What for the entrepreneurship work in the organization? What for the shareholders will invest in the business organization? After all, they are expecting some return, that is a profit. Therefore, each and every factor of production is not free. They are not free. Every factor of production expects some return for their contribution to meet all the requirements. Okay, so increasing the profit is the main aim of any kind of economic activity. Unless you increase the profit, you cannot uh, run the business organization. That is a general introduction about the importance of finance function. Now let us the meaning of finance. Meaning of finance. General meaning of finance may be defined as the art and the science of managing money. So finance may be defined as the art and science of managing money. So finance means managing the money. If you are good at managing your money, then you will become a good finance manager. Okay, it includes financial service and financial instruments. Okay, so finance also is referred as the provision of money at the time when it is needed. Provision of money at the time when it is needed. That means whenever you need money, the finance function should be in a position to provide to the business organization. Finance function is the procurement of funds and their effective utilization in business organizations. So it is not only providing the funds but also utilization. Unless the business organization is in a position to utilize effectively the financial resources or the funds that are available in the business organization, they cannot succeed financially. So the concept of finance includes capital, funds, money, and amount. So all finance, don't think that finance means only money. All financial resources. Finance means all the financial resources or all economic resources will come under the finance category. But each word having its unique meaning. So capital, fund, money, amount, every word has its own meaning. So studying and understanding the concept of finance become an important part of the business concern. So unless the owner or the finance manager is in a position to understand the various concepts, various the backgrounds relating to the finance, it is very difficult for them to succeed financially. Next, that as per as the definition of finance. What are the various definitions given by the various finance experts? So, as per as the definitions of finance are concerned, so according to Khan and Jain, so Khan and Jain is one of the famous finance authors for financial management. Khan and Jain book is one of the famous uh, book which every commerce student should read, the financial management by Khan and Jain. And one more professor, I.M. Pandey, I.M. Pandey, Financial Management. That's another book, important book on financial management. Okay. So, as per the definition given by the Khan and Jain, finance means finance is the art and the science of managing money. So this is the definition given by the Khan and Jain. Means finance is the art. Finance is the art and the science. It is both art and science of managing money. So the finance is the art and science of managing money. How do you manage? Because everybody cannot manage money in effective way. If everybody is able to manage money in a proper way, you will not come across the failure organizations in the real world. So 99% of the business organizations will fail only because of failure in managing money. Therefore, unless you are successful, unless you manage money properly, you cannot succeed. So finance is the art and science of managing money. This is the definition given by Khan and Jain. Next, another definition as per Oxford Dictionary. Finance connotes management of money. So the same definition, management of money. How do you manage? How effectively you manage? So management of money is nothing but finance. Next, as per Webster Ninth New Collegiate Dictionary, definition defines finance as the science on study of the management of funds and the management of fund as the system that includes the circulation of money, the granting of credit, the making of investments, and the provision of banking facilities. So, as per the Webster Dictionary, so the finance is a system. Finance is not a individual task, it is a system. So in this system, it includes circulation of money. How do you circulate the money? Granting of credit is also part of finance. Making of investment. How do you invest your money? And the provision of banking facilities. How the banking facilities are utilized. All these functions includes the finance system. So that was the definition given by the Webster Dictionary. Next, as far as business finance, the concept of business. Uh, what do you mean by business finance? So, see, the term business finance means business finance is that business activity which concerns with the acquisition and the conversion of capital funds in meeting financial needs and overall objectives of a business enterprise. This is the definition given by Wheeler. Wheeler. So business finance is the business activity So business finance means it's a business activity which concerns with the acquisition, that means acquiring the finance, and conversion of capital funds. Acquiring the funds, and you have to convert them into a profitable activity in meeting financial needs. So the business people always utilize the finance for the purpose of meeting its financial needs. Okay, and overall objectives. So the funds, capital funds, or the financial resources in any business organization is aimed at meeting the financial needs as well as meeting the overall objectives of the business enterprise. Because objectives of business organization, the main objective of any business organization is profit maximization. Okay, so this is the definition for business finance given by Wheeler. And one more definition given by the Gutman and Duggal. Gutman and Duggal. So as per their definition, business finance can broadly be defined as the activity concerned with planning, raising, controlling, administering of the funds used in the business. You just see the business finance can be broadly be defined as the activity. So business is an activity which is concerned with planning, raising, controlling, administering of the funds used in the business. So these are the important aspects of the business finance. That is planning the business finance or planning the funds, raising the funds, controlling the funds, administering the funds. All these activities are covered under business finance. So each and every activity is to be successfully organized and managed and controlled by the business organization. Unless they perform each and every one of these activities in an effective way, they cannot be successful financially. Next, the another definition given by Porter and Watt. Porter and Watt. So, as per their definition, business finance deals primarily with raising, administering, and disbursing funds by private owned business units operating in non-financial fields of industry. So this is the definition given by Porter and Watt. So business finance deals primarily with raising of funds, administering of funds, disbursement of funds by privately owned business units operating in non-financial fields of the industry. That means those who are non-financial fields, that means other than financial institutions, it's a manufacturing or trading organization. So they have to raise funds as and when it is necessary. They have to administer the funds. They have to distribute the funds. So all these functions are important. So like this, various finance authors or the various financial analysts have given various definitions regarding the business finance. So, in a nutshell, the business finance or corporate finance means the corporate finance is concerned with budgeting. Budgeting means preparation of budgets, financial forecasting, that means estimation of financial resources, cash management, credit administration, investment analysis, and funds procurement of the business concern. And the business concern needs to adapt modern technology and application suitable to the global environment. Therefore, the corporate finance or business finance means it's concerned with budgeting. That means every business organization should prepare budgets. Various types of budgets are to be prepared. So they have to estimate the financial forecasting. Financial forecasting is to be made. Next, cash management. They have to properly manage the cash. Credit administration. So credit administration is one of the important functions under finance category. Next, investment analysis. You have to analyze the important investment avenues, and before going to invest your money, you have to analyze the investment opportunities. And fund procurement. You have to procure funds as and when it is necessary. There are different sources from which you can raise your funds, but keeping in view the various constraints, various aspects of the business organizations. Which source is suitable to you? Which source is uh, cheap for this particular organization? All these analyses are to be made before procuring funds from any source. And the business concern needs to adapt modern technology. That means there are several modern techniques are available for managing financial resources. All these modern financial technological packages are to be adapted for the purpose of suitability or for the purpose of growing the business organization along with the world environment. So unless you are in touch with the global situation, unless you are updated along with the global situation, you cannot manage the financial resources effectively. Okay, so the corporate finance deals with financial problems of corporate enterprises. So the corporate finance always deals with the problems of corporate enterprises. These problems include the financial aspects of promotion of new enterprises and their administration during early development, the accounting problems connected with the distinction between capital and income, the administrative questions created by growth and expansion, and finally the financial adjustments required for the boosting up of rehabilitation of a corporation which has come into financial difficulties. So the corporate finance always deals with the problems of corporate enterprises. So there may be several problems. There may be several problems regarding promotion of new enterprises, their administration, their accounting problems, the capital and revenue, how the capital items are to be treated, how the revenue items are to be treated, administrative questions for creation of growth and expansion, what are the various problems we come across while creating and growing the business organizations, and finally the financial adjustments that are required for the boosting up of or rehabilitation of corporation which has come into financial difficulties. Suppose if the business organization is in difficult situation, then how to boost, how to improve the financial condition or financial situation of that particular company. All these things are to be studied and managed in a proper way. Unless all these things are done in a proper way, the business organizations or the corporate organizations will not get succeed. Okay, so there are different types of finances. One is private finance and the public finance. So private finance means which includes the individual firms, business or corporate financial activities to meet the requirements. That means private finance means it is relating to the individual persons, or organizations and corporate financial activities. And second category of finance is the public finance. Public finance means the financial matters relating to the government, either central government or state government or local government, whatever it may be. So public finance concerned with revenue and disbursement of government, such as the central government, state government, and semi-government financial matters. Yeah, so these are the broad categories of finances: private finance and public finance. We try to learn about the private finance only. So the subject matter of financial management is relating to the private finance, because we try to learn about the individuals and the business organizations, how the business organizations will manage the financial resources. Therefore, we concerned with only private finance. We do not concerned with the public finance. So public finance is a separate subject wherein which deals with all government activities, all government uh, revenue and disbursement of government activities. We do not concern with the public finance. We concerned only with the private finance. Okay, so uh, this is the today topic. Tomorrow we try to learn what is a financial management, what are the various definitions given for financial management, what are the uh, scope, what is the scope of financial management, all these things we try to learn in the next class. Okay, thank you very much for joining to the class. ఓకే, సో మీరు అందరూ కూడా దయచేసి ఆ క్లాస్లో జాయిన్ కాగానే మీ హాల్ టికెట్ నెంబర్స్ గుర్తున్నాయి కదా మీకు? మీ హాల్ టికెట్ నెంబర్లో లాస్ట్ 4 డిజిట్స్ ఇక్కడ మీకు మీ పేరు ఎంటర్ చేస్తారు కదా, మెసేజ్లో పోస్ట్ చేయండి. మెసేజ్లో పోస్ట్ చేయండి అందరూ కూడా. మీ హాల్ టికెట్ నెంబర్ పోస్ట్ చేయండి మా అందరూ. Please all of you post your hall ticket number in the message. 7 Ganesh Nayak, 5 Bhavana. Next, please all of you. 12 Amrutavalli. Next 15 Sivashanti. 18 Kavita. 4 Bhavana. 16 Sultan. 9 Sirisha. Next, please Prasad. Ganga Devi. Okay. So number 6 Ganga Devi. Next 11 Baby. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 members joined in the room. Prasanna Lakshmi, number 8, 11. నెక్స్ట్ అంతేనా? అందరు పోస్ట్ చేశారా? ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
లెఫ్ట్ అయిపోండి అమ్మా. సో మీరు అందరూ కూడా దయచేసి క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిన 5 to 10 minutes లోపల అందరూ జాయిన్ అయిపోండి, మా మధ్యలో జాయిన్ కావకండి. ఓకేమ్మా?
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.